Hi guys, I'm Dave, and today we're going to bleed the brakes on my 335 E90. We're going to start by popping the hood, and I'll show you where the brake reservoir is. The brake reservoir is right and the ABS pump for that matter, is right behind this little black box. If you look, there's a little clip right there on the front, and then there's one in the back also. So this little clip, there's one in the back, and we got to pull this little tab off, and then that little panel comes right off. This just slides out of the way. That's the rubber underneath it. Little clip on that side, little clip on this side, and that whole panel comes off. You can see there is a reservoir and the ABS pump. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. You always want to clean off around it first. I'm going to wipe that off before I open it up so you don't get any dirt in there. And we're going to suck out as much as we can that's in there. But we never want to let that get empty. So we're going to suck that out and then put fresh stuff on top so that we're not pushing old stuff through till we get to the fresh stuff. So there's less old stuff to push through and just new stuff. So that'll speed things up a little bit. It's still not a quick, fast process, but so we're going to do that now. All right, guys. I wiped the top of the reservoir off before I pulled the lid off. There's a little connector right here that connects to the lid. This is a float switch, so when this goes all the way down, it signals, there's probably like a little reed valve or something magnetic inside there that signals this that you're low, and that's when it puts the light on your dash. So just got this all off, wiped it off. I'm going to put this up somewhere so it'll stay clean. Then we're going to start sucking the old stuff out of the reservoir. Alright, I have an old oil bottle and I have an old turkey baster. I've used this thing for all sorts of stuff. I usually just wash it out with brake clean or something afterwards. That's why it's all frosted and nasty. But so I'm going to wipe this off, and then I'm going to suck out as much brake fluid out of the reservoir as I can get. So I'm going to squeeze it, put it down in there, and you can see there's already some black stuff in there. This thing will leak a little, so I just tip it up, put it in my oil jug, squeeze it out. I should be able to get a couple of those like that. Now this is a good amount of fluid that I won't have to pump through the lines. Any brake fluid you drip anywhere, you want to make sure you wipe up fairly quickly. This stuff's pretty corrosive. I might be able to get one more. Wipe up any drips. So if you look at this, that's pretty dark. It's like it's kind of like a extra virgin olive oil color. This stuff should be the color of like corn oil. It should be very light. Not even, it should be even lighter than that. It should be like almost clear, just a little bit of yellow in it. So this definitely needs to be changed. Alright guys, we got the back of the car jacked up, got the wheel off. If you notice here, the hub Centric, these always get rusty. Last time I had these off, I put anti-seize on them, like what you would put on spark plugs, but they still got nasty. So I'm gonna wire wheel that off a little bit and put some more on before I put the wheel back on. If you look under here too, we have our jack stand. You always want to make sure you're extra safe whenever you have the wheels off. So got the wheels off, and now we're gonna bleed the back brakes. There's a little cover right here, and I think it's an 8mm behind it. Move that out of the way. And the one on this wheel holds the there's a little notch here that holds that goes in the cover, and this is for the brake pad wear sensor. So you gotta make sure you line that back up when you put it back on. So I have a little catch can we're gonna put on there, and my son's gonna pump, and we're gonna do it the old school way, up, down, up, down. All right, guys, this is my catch can. It has a little nipple here that's gonna fit on the end here, and then it goes into here, and I'm gonna tighten that. This goes on here, and then Anthony's gonna push the brakes, and then I'm gonna open this. All right, Anthony, you're gonna push it down and hold it.
Okay.
Even when you feel the pedal go down, you gotta keep holding it.
All right.
Ready?
Whoa.
All right, up. Pump it a couple times. How long does it take to get firm? 1 or 2 times?
The first time.
Okay, push and hold. Up, down, hold. All right, I'm gonna stop now, and I'm gonna empty out my catch can, which is almost full, and I'm gonna refill the reservoir. We don't want the reservoir to go below the master cylinder, because then you'll have to bleed the master cylinder. So I'm gonna squeeze this off of here, let that all run down, and I'm gonna dump this, and we'll start over. This kit has different size nipples too. I think the one smaller might be better. Yeah, that's tighter. We're going to use that one. Alright, so we went through our first catch can full of fluids, and now we're going to top up the reservoir that goes into the master cylinder. Watch the color this is when it comes out. It's nearly clear, so you can see how old the other stuff is. And I poked a little hole, a little air hole in the top, so that it doesn't splatter everywhere. I don't want this too full, like all the way to the very top, because as soon as you pump, it could squirt out the top, since we're not putting the lid back on every time. They make pressure bleeders too, which pressurizes this whole thing, and then you can do it with one person. Since I have 2 people, I don't mind doing it this way. That is just about full, no drips. Alright, and then we're going to go back to bleeding the brake. Alright, we're going to start the second round, second catch can full. I'm hoping to see it go clear by the second catch can. That would be nice, and I know then it'll be less for all the other ones because the master cylinder will be flushed. Alright, Anthony, ready? Yep. Down. Up. Down. Up. Gotta dump the catch can. Yeah, that's fine. Still dirty. Like just as dirty. So that means it's still coming through the... Okay guys, the wrench that fits this nipple is a 9mm. Usually they're 8mm, but this one's a 9mm. So you don't go back and forth to the toolbox a couple times. We've done 2 full catch cans and it's still dirty. So and each catch can is about half of the reservoir. So hopefully this other catch can will flush everything that was in the master cylinder. And the lines don't hold a whole ton of volume of brake fluid because they're really thin diameter. So hopefully this one more time and it'll be clear. Alright, so this is the hub Centric Ring. And both back tires are really hard to get off. So I cleaned them up with some sandpaper and a little wire brush, and I'm gonna put some anti-seize on there, and that'll help it not get stuck on there again. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff. You just want to kind of coat the surface, and then this stuff gets everywhere.
Smells like propane.
It does smell like propane. This will get all over your clothes and it'll just keep getting on everything. It's really hard to clean up. So now that that's on there, the tire should slide on easier and should come off easier in the future. Alright guys, so we got the 2 back ones done. Now we're doing the front ones. Front ones are an 11mm for the front bleeder. So I'm going to put my, I like to use the box end, it's a little more secure. So I'm going to put the box end on, then I'm going to put my, my catch can on the nipple. Alright, and Anthony wanted to see how it comes out, so Madison's pumping the brakes. Alright Madison, you're going to pump the brakes, but you're going to hold it, and then even when the pedal goes to the floor, you're going to keep holding it until I tell you not to.
Am I pumping or holding?
You're like, pump it once and hold it.
Okay. Now?
Yeah. You're holding it?
Yeah.
Watch right there. It's going to come out of there and go. See it? Mm-hmm. Alright, up. Pump once and hold. Pump once and hold. Pump once and hold. Alright, that's the last one. Alright, you're done.
Well, that hurt.
Yeah, didn't you get tired after a long time? You know,
Alright, so I think we're good with that one. Tighten it back up and put the cap back on. On BMWs, the right rear has the pad depth sensor, and the driver's side front has a pad depth sensor. So they do it on opposite corners. Alright guys, since we have the wheels off to bleed the brakes, we're going to do a deep clean on the wheels. So nothing too crazy. I'm not going to clay bar them or anything, but I can get the back of the barrels that I normally can't quite reach, and I'm going to get the tire, the inside tire that I can't normally get to either. So just cleaning them real good. I'm going to do this to all 4, and then I'm going to recoat them with Car Pro Hydrolite 2.